What's going on, everyone? Welcome into another episode of the Dairyland Drive podcast. Collin, Mike, Riley, going to talk some sports again, but this week we're going to take a little bit of a break from the Packers and shift gears a little bit and do a little fun snake draft. And because of that, we have to bring on the expert himself. I mean, my goodness, he has his own podcast called You're on the Clock. This is Lucas. Going to join us today for a little fun with the snake draft. Lucas, how the heck are you doing?
Oh, boys, thanks for having me on. I prepped my whole life for this episode. In particular, I love the draft topic that we're going to be discussing tonight because it can go many different ways. And I'm just ready to destroy Mike. It's my goal today.
I love that. That's a great mindset.
Wow.
Just throwing grenades right from the start. Doesn't even care. Well, Mike and Riley, how you doing? Mike, you just heard that. Now you got to be a little bit more pumped up, a little revved up.
I'm not scared.
He ain't scared. Well, Lucas does have a little bit of experience in this topic, kind of. We did record a similar episode with me, Lucas, and Hannah a while ago. It's been a while, but it was mascots getting in kind of a, I don't even know what you call it. It was like a Hunger Games, all-out brawl, battle royale. So that's kind of this scene that we're gonna do here. In just a little bit, we're gonna be drafting professional athletes to get in a bar fight. So we're essentially on like 4 different parts of this bar. Whatever bar you want to imagine in your head, all of us are gonna have a team of professional athletes that are just gonna kind of go at each other a little bit. So that's going to be fun. But before we get into that, 2 questions. Lucas, 1, tell the viewers how you became a Broncos fan. Obviously, you have a couple of Broncos jerseys behind you. You live in Wisconsin, have grown up in Wisconsin your entire life. Was this one of your things where your dad gave you a choice, or he just really, didn't really give you a choice at all and said he'd kick you out of the house if you didn't, be a Broncos fan, or how did that come about?
Good question, and I get it a lot. And all I say is, Dad threw me in an Elway jersey for my my baby photos, and I got the photo on my phone saved to the favorites so I can just pull it up. Because a lot of times, when the Broncos were good back in 16, they would just think I'm like a bandwagon. And no, my dad likes to think he gave us a choice, which he kind of did. Like, I get what he says, but come on, like, who's not gonna follow their dad? Like, in for a sports team.
I didn't. My dad was a Bears fan.
Fun.
I did not follow him whatsoever. So
Really? Okay. So what's that? What was the age then when you drifted?
I think well,
It seems.
well, I think going to Packers training camp every year since we were, I don't know how old, and seeing the bike rides and all that stuff. That was like our family vacation. So yeah, it was kind of tough. I don't think my dad ever tried.
You there?
No, he never did. No. Yeah, my dad could probably count on my one hand how many times my dad's, well, since we've moved up here, been to Green Bay. It probably hasn't been too much, but yeah, he wasn't like, you got to be a Bears fan. I think he's kind of a backseat.
He's a
Bears
baseball
fan.
guy.
He's a baseball guy for sure. But no, your dad certainly
gets
gets into it though. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go into a little bit about saying, in elementary school, everyone, I went to a really small school. Everyone was Packer fan.
Yeah.
And the Packers are good. They're still, they're all right. That were good for that long period of when I was in like school, and I would just get trash talked all the time, and that would just piss me off, man. So I looked at the Packer fans as like an enemy, a villain. And Bears fans were kind of the same way. I knew a couple Bears fans growing up, and they were just so obnoxious and just trash talking the Broncos. So I guess, I was just stuck with the orange and blue, the better orange and blue. And, I just stick my chest out and own it, even when they're trash. So things are turning around here for the Broncos.
Are they?
Yeah, man. I mean,
Oh, fighting words
dude,
here.
let's talk about the Bronco. Let's talk about Broncos for the next 15 minutes here. I know all Packers listeners to want to hear that.
Yeah, who brought him on the podcast?
Well, hey, I do know that that family is crazy for the Broncos. I mean, the first time I met his sister, my wife now, Hannah, was in our broadcasting classes. She was wearing an Emmanuel Sanders jersey on day one of class, and I remember a couple people were trying to give her a hard time, saying you don't know anyone on the Broncos. Like, why do you wear that? And she like went to rattle off like the entire offense, defense of like both starting units, the coaching staff, and I'm just like, oh shit, like they probably feel like idiots now, and yeah, so and then
Like, I'm gonna marry that.
I know it was definitely like okay, yeah, you don't see that too often, but all right, and the last question I have, I know you have a couple things you want to talk about before we get in the draft here too. Do you like being bald better, or do you like the Broncos better? Have you ever been asked that question?
No, I haven't. So, and if you mean that,
Trying to make him feel uncomfortable, like here, boys, get him off his game.
grow,
I don't know.
grow my hair back.
For the Broncos to win a
To
Super
me,
Bowl, if you had to grow your hair back, would you do it?
oh yeah,
You do
I
it.
will. Oh yeah, I'll do worse than
And
my hair.
then you had to keep your hair until the next time they won a Super Bowl, but you don't know how long it is. You still do that?
Well, I don't know how long I can. I don't know how long I can keep the hair, man. It might just fall out the way my hairline was going. But I do love being bald. I mean, it's got its pros, but it's definitely got its cons. So I'll take long hair. Give me a ponytail. Shit,
Yeah.
I'll do anything for a Super Bowl.
You pull off the bald look, I think. I can't even remember you with hair. That's how long it's been. It's just you now. So
Like 5 years, I think.
yeah. I don't even think Mike, have you even known Lucas with hair ever? Probably not. You've always known him with bald too, as well. Riley as well, I think. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, another thing that you also do with your TV station, fantasy football. I know you're big on that and have your own segments. I know you want to talk about that a little bit because there is one specific person on this podcast that absolutely hates fantasy football for some odd reason. So, yeah, floor is yours.
Well, let's get into this here. Well, I want to give flowers to Riley and Collin. We're in a dynasty league together, and we started this 2 years ago. Riley took the cake year one, or no, Collin did. Collin took it year one. They took it this past year, so congrats to you boys. It won't happen again.
Okay.
Sure. But now let's talk Mike here. I know you don't like fantasy football, and I just want to know why, man, because there are some great things about fantasy football. I got a big list. If you want to dive into that, I can persuade you.
No,
But
you can't.
why don't you like fantasy football? Is it the gambling aspect? Is it the cheering for other teams? Lay it on me.
I think a big part of it is like hearing people talk about who they have on their fantasy team and how their team did or how they had this one guy on their bench and if you would have put him there like they would have done a lot better. It's just like, dude, I don't care. No one cares about your fantasy team, how they did.
Yeah.
I don't give two shits. I think
Dude, that's funny that you say that because there's so many times where people will come into my office and I'm the fantasy guy at work and it's all these woulda, shoulda, coulda, wouldas, like, and I get where you're coming from, but there's also times where I'm going to like Beyonce's like gathering and there's, I don't want to talk to anyone, but there's that one guy who does fantasy football and it just saves the night for me because I actually have something to talk about. So
God,
what about that?
if someone I didn't know or barely knew approached me with that subject, I would check out of that conversation so fast. It would drive me absolutely nuts.
Have you ever played fantasy
But
football in your life?
oh yeah, I did for many years, and I also think part of it is there wasn't enough on the line for me anymore. Like I kind of want there to be a big pot at the end of the season. I've never really been in something like that. But then, like, once you start getting into it, like, if you're really serious, it takes, like, time if you really wanna, uh, be invested in it, and I just don't wanna put in the time to do that.
I don't know. I like how it deepens your football knowledge and like. I mean, if it weren't for fantasy football, I wouldn't give a shit about the Jaguars, and like even with the NFL draft, like my mind just always goes to fantasy football. I know you guys are more team focused. I'm a big Broncos fan, but like I went back to back in my other college dynasty league, so I'm just honed in on that and how I can do a three-peat, and it's fun, man, but it just surprises me. I think you should dip your toes back into it, man. You could be pretty good. I can help you.
It's gonna take a lot of convincing, Lucas, I think.
A lot
All
of
right,
convincing.
fair.
I was gonna say either someone like shit in your cereal or something on like a Sunday where you just had a bad fantasy football Sunday or you lost a lot. That's like my two. It's like my two conclusions here. Did you just not have a lot of success in fantasy football and you just got fed up with it?
He was just shit, yeah. He was
No.
That's fair. That's fair if that's it. I get it.
mean,
Or you're just too good and spanking everyone all the time. It just got too boring for you. That could be it too, I guess.
I mean, calling yourself good at fantasy football, like, you have no impact on how it works out. It is all luck. So spare me the I'm really good or I'm really bad at fantasy football. I'm not buying into that at all.
Yes and no. There's luck and skill involved.
Dynasty takes a little
Matchup,
bit. Yeah. Dynasty.
Yeah.
Roster
Dynasty,
management.
Roster management, what you want to do with your draft pick. You're kind of like a mini GM in a way. And I think maybe you just have you played a dynasty league at all? I think you'd really enjoy that.
I have no interest in doing that at all.
What about, so I guess shifting gears to like daily fantasy. Have you ever like dabbled with that? Because that's one wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I have no interest in that either.
Riley, do you do DFS at all?
Sometimes. Yeah, I do prop bets and stuff like that.
Yeah, do you prop bets, Mike? You're kind of a little mini gambler, a little bit. No, not as much anymore.
I mean, for the past, I have for like the Super Bowl, but yeah, not really a whole lot of that.
I know what it is.
Two Thanksgivings ago, I put together a 21 leg parlay and I hit for like $1,400.
There you go.
Dude, Thanksgiving that just got better. That's awesome.
Turkey was extra good that year. Yeah. Well, the only other conclusion I can think of is Badger sports have just done a number on you. I think you're just not like in a good mental state right now. The last like 5 years, I think the Badger athletics has just done a number on you, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that they've done that to you. You don't deserve that. Things might get better. They might get better. Probably not this fall. You might have to wait till the winter, but hey, things will get better, okay?
Sure.
Or Mike, I'm on your side with that. Don't worry. Badgers.
Gotta give you a little crap. Come on.
Yeah.
I heard it for far too long for like 8 year stretch. So, yeah.
We'll dive into that topic again another time. That's a topic for a different day.
All right. Well, hey, maybe if the Broncos win the Super Bowl, you have to get back into fantasy football. Maybe there's a little friendly wager right there. If the Packers win the Super Bowl, you can never talk about it again. How about that? And you're fantasy football free for the rest of your life, Mike.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Also, before we start here, I just want to say I listen to your guys' podcast. I'm not a Packers fan, but I find it really enjoyable, and I learn a lot about, Wisconsin team. Really enjoyable. I'm biased. I like my Broncos. I want to hear you guys in like 30 seconds each. Tell me like your honest opinion on the Broncos this upcoming season.
I'll go first. I think they fucking win the division if you tell me Riley Moss isn't going to fucking start at corner, because he's the only reason your defense sucks. Your offense is, Evan Ingram's huge. If your run game is all. You guys got a steal with Pat Bryant. He's going to be your number 2 receiver. Everybody else is set. So if you tell me Riley Moss isn't going to start or not suck like he did against the last, well, he was hurt, and it was like, oh, we need Riley Moss back. He came back for the last, 2 or 3 games, and he fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Everybody picked on him. So if you tell me they have a corner that's just better than him, I will pick them to win the division. I think they have caught up to the Chiefs. I don't think the Chiefs, they're just getting too old.
There's your hot take right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, no, I love it. I love it. I mean, we drafted the cornerback first round, and that was like my first thought. Because Riley Moss was good. Like there was like a little window when he was like, okay, this is, the white cornerback is actually doing some crazy things here. And then he just kind of shit the bed.
Yeah.
But I like that take a lot.
You guys know how big a 49ers lover I am. Like, they're my second team, and who are the 2 guys they brought in free agency this year? So just even like they're going to bring in another. Like the Broncos already had a good culture. It seemed like last year with Sean Payton, and they just brought in 2 like veteran defensive 49ers. Like, yeah, they're gonna be good.
Yeah, he might.
Who was the corner they drafted?
What's that?
Who was the corner that they drafted?
Didn't they draft Trade Barron? Isn't that where he went?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which we did. We talked about him quite a bit, I think, in our defensive preview for prospects. But yeah, I think Sean Payton might rub people the wrong way at times, just with how he like operates, and kind of wanted like full reins of just like rebuilding it. But I think he's gotten at a pretty steady pace, and he certainly makes strengths even stronger. And if he has weaknesses or things that need to improve, it seems like he, focuses on that. So yeah, I don't know. Bo Nix, I think, could be a steal. I think the offense could be sneaky good, which you have to be, I think, in that division. So I'm nervous for the Packers to go there. I think it's gonna be a tough game, especially the week that they're playing them at too, at that stretch of the season. So I would not be surprised
December
if they go in.
14th, right?
Yeah.
December?
Yeah, I think at that point, well, hopefully both teams will be rolling. Could be a good matchup, but I would not be surprised if they won the division. I think they're an AFC playoff team at the very least. If it's not division, I think they're gonna flirt there with the wild card again. So we'll see. It's probably all on Bo Nix and how many points they can score, I think, too. But Mike's like,
Yeah,
just like that. Now I'm waiting for Mike.
I still think you're a wild card team. I think as long as Mahomes and Andy Reid are around, like, they just have some kind of black magic over that division. Like, I think they're
games they
the
should.
favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. They're gonna pull some games out of their ass that they have no business winning, and that's just the reality you have to live with for the next 5 to 10 years.
Their offensive line fucking sucks, dude. The Chiefs, that's tough, man. That's still tough. People they're gonna figure it out. They're not good up front.
I think Chiefs still find ways to figure it out, brother.
Yeah, the match
Sean
on
Payton
was
was a prick,
very.
so I can never root for him.
All right. Well, there you go, Lucas. A little positivity.
Fair.
Take that. You can take that.
No, I wanted to hear some opinions.
All right. Well, let's jump right into it. So like we said, we're going to do a 4-person snake draft. 5 rounds total of current or former professional athletes building our bar fight team. So there is one rule. So one player on your roster has to be either a former or current NFL player, former or current NBA player, former or current MLB player, former or current NHL player, and then the 5th can be any professional sport. And again, there is a lot of professional sports out there. I don't know if you want to be picking bags players for your bar fight team, but possibly. You never know. There might be some jack dude out there. But no boxing and no MMA. I know there is some other forms of boxing and like fighting out there. If we get to that point, we can obviously discuss it. But I think boxing and MMA is for sure off the cards there. We cannot have them in a bar fight because that would probably get finished pretty quickly, I would say, even with big professional athletes. So 5 total players: NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, and then any professional sport excluding boxing and MMA. We did do a random draft order on ChatGPT. It is going to go Mike, Riley, me, and then Lucas will have back-to-back picks. Any questions from any of you? Lucas is a savvy veteran in snake draft, so he knows how it works. We've done a couple of these. Any questions or any insight or tips or anything from anyone before we get started here?
To clarify, these guys are on our team, right? Like, this is like our team we're assembling.
Correct. Yes.
Like, they're not fighting each other. You know, they're
Correct.
like working together. We're kind of all fighting each other. Okay, yeah, just
Yeah.
want to make sure.
Yes.
Nice. Sounds good. I'm going for like a dive bar style. I don't know about you guys. I mean, we're all Midwesterners, you know. I
Yeah.
think a crappy dive bar, you know. What's
100%.
that bar that you Riley and Collin go to? That small, what is that called? That you guys went there before your guys' wedding?
Slurp and Burp, Little
Oh.
John's.
Yeah, Little John's. I remember that
Little
came up in my
John's.
like Snapchat memories. The place is nice.
A lot of memories in
Love
old
it.
Little John's, and Slurp and Burp too, but not a ton to do in
I'll
Pearl
also
City.
ask. Can I also ask? I mean, we're all. I mean, you know, upper 20s and early 30s. Have you guys ever been in a bar fight?
What do you think?
Like, I think you were throwing hands at age 20. Riley probably killed a guy with a fish stick at one point.
I have seen still probably a top 3 funniest moment in my life. I've seen someone that I think 3 or 4 of us know get picked up by bouncers with his feet dangling, kicking and dragged out of the bar. I have seen that. I have not seen an actual, I don't think like full on bar fight, but some fun stuff happen in a bar, especially when.
For the record, I have not been in a bar fight. I know my limitations. I know my size compared to most people that are drinking in a bar. I know better than to get involved with that.
Good boy.
Depends on the friends you're with too. I mean, if you're with some big friends, you probably feel a little buffer, about 15, 20 pounds heavier, a little more swag in your step a little bit. But if you're just out with like the normal group of guys where you're just like, oh my God, we would get our asses kicked by that other group over there, you're probably let's just have a chill, not say anything. But I think we all have that one friend though that's probably, or someone we know that wants to get in a bar fight every single time that they go out, that they just, if someone rubs them the wrong way, they have to say something, or they're just loud mouth, prideful. Like everyone has that one friend, right? Or of someone.
Yeah, I'm on Mike's side. When I get like alcohol in me, like I'm a social butterfly and want to be friends with everyone. You know, I'm not trying to cause conflict here, but yeah, I mean, there's always that one guy that just gets 2 or 3 beers in him and just wants to cause a ruckus. You know, that guy was looking at me funny.
Yeah.
So it's entertaining for sure.
He thinks he's Conor McGregor after 2 Long Island iced teas or something like that, ready to take down 12 bikers over on the other side. But all right, well, let's get into it here, because I'm sure we will have quite some recap and summaries of each pick and a little bit of debate. But Mike, you are first up. First round, number 1 selection. You can go any of these 5 categories. We're not going like category by category. Like anyone is on the board. You just can't pick 2 from the same category. So the floor is yours. Who is going to be the number 1 overall pick for our bar fight team?
Start with Bill Lambier from the Bad Boy Pistons. From the Bad Boy Pistons, the late 80s, early 90s. He was kind of the ringleader, I feel like, of that circus. He would throw hands with anybody in the league. He was part of that Jordan rules era where they just pound the shit out of Michael Jordan whenever he came to the lane. Bill Lambier was a nasty person in the center of that Pistons defense. So I'm going to start out with Bill Lambier for my NBA pick.
Okay.
What's his signature move in the bar? What do you think he's doing? First thing.
Dude, he is he's probably just like clotheslining some
So he's
dude.
got a giant wingspan, probably. I'm sure.
Yeah.
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 Okay. I have a feeling where there's gonna be a lot of former players in our selections. I get the feeling there's not maybe going to be a ton of current players on rosters, but I like the pick. Number 1 overall, NBA. Okay. All right. Here we
It's a
go.
little bit of a strategic move.
Okay.
Same. That's number 2 here. I'm gonna stay in the NBA as well, just because I feel like the lack of options aren't as vast.
is going.
Mine is a current player. He doesn't play. He's on the fucking bench. But I don't even. I mean, you guys can tell me to f off with this one, because he does have a kickboxing career in his background. He does in the off season. I don't know how you want to count it or not. I'm gonna go James Johnson for the Pacers.
Yeah.
240, black belt in karate, 20-0 in kickboxing. He does have MMA experience that he's never lost in. I think his mom, dad, his brother, they're all black belts. So like, he's just been around fighting his entire life. So I want any NBA player. He's already got a fighting background. Like I said, you can tell me to F off with this one if you want to. I don't know how you guys wanted to rate this one, but I would go James Johnson if you're going to allow it.
Oh yeah, I'll allow that.
For sure.
100%.
On the roster.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean that was literally my. I mean, I have a couple NBA players, but James Johnson was first on my NBA list just because of the black belt background. It's like, I mean, it's got taekwondo skills. He's gonna be doing a lot of funky stuff in the bar.
I like that. All right, the run of NBA players. I'll be honest, little surprised about it. I think Mike started that. I'm not going to follow the trend though. I am my first pick, number 3. I mean, I got to go to the NHL. Of course. I want the enforcer to freaking set the tone. Like that's just where I'm going to come from. I'm going to go Bob Probert from the NHL. I don't know if a lot of you guys know, I think he's probably regarded as the best NHL enforcer of all time. Just look at his stats. Dude was in 246 total fights, won 141 of them on skates. 6'3", 225, so pretty thick, tough dude. He's a hockey player. He was one half of the Bruise brothers. I mean, enforcers aren't really around nowadays in modern NHL. You don't have a ton of them on rosters. So, if you're regarded as one of the best of all time, you're probably a pretty nasty dude that you don't want to fuck with on the ice. So imagine him without skates, and just how just tough and intimidating I think he would be. So that's where I'm going to go Bob Probert as my first pick. Get my NHL out of the way and set the tone there to start my team.
I like it a lot. I'm not a big NHL follower. I want to become more familiar with the sport. So that one was probably my hardest one to come up with because I just don't know people from the NHL. Only dude that I had. So I'll be doing some research here live on the cast.
There's
I won't be.
There's a fine line. Yeah, there's a fine line NHL of like skinny, skillful guys. Like there's probably hundreds of Patrick Kane-like type bodies in the NHL, but there's very few like legit enforcers that you don't want to fuck with, I think. On the ice too. I mean, like imagine in a bar. So that's just how I looked at it. So all right, Lucas.
I like it. So I got back-to-back picks here. Feeling sweaty. But I think I'm going to go MLB just because no one else hasn't. I'm going to go, I don't know if this is the preferred fighter, but in his prime, I'm going to go with, the dude is from Texas. I'm going with Nolan Ryan. And I think the dude's got name value because it's got, I forget when it was, when he got like hit in the face, from that grounder or whatever, and he was just gushing blood. He just continued to play. I mean, the dude, like I said, he's got that Texas background, so he's probably been in a little bar scuffle here and there. And I mean, let's just talk about the headlock. You know, like
Beat the
dude's just
shit out of Robin Ventura, an ex-White Sox
Robin Ventura, yeah.
Had to live with that for 5 years since I think when I watched the White Sox during that stretch, they probably played that clip at least 5 or 6 times a season of Robin Ventura just getting his ass kicked by Nolan Ryan. Like that's just how it was. Like that's how I remember that stretch of White Sox games was just him getting beat up and them laughing about it.
I mean, you can Google any like sport fight clips, and it's gonna be in the highlight. So I went with Nolan Ryan just for the name value, and I think it's fun. I think it's a fun pick. And then for my next pick here, man, what should I do? I think I'm gonna go NBA here. Get it out of the way. I'm gonna go with Dennis Rodman here, because the dude is just I mean, Google Dennis Rodman, and the guy's freaky looking. First of all, I feel like he's that guy that's just got really unpredictable energy. You know, it's chaotic. You really don't know what he's gonna do. I think the guy knows how to party. You know, it's been, if you guys have seen The Last Dance, like the guy just is a loose cannon, and I kind of want him on my team. He's probably going to fight my own
out of
team,
his
to be
mind.
honest. Yes. Like,
wild card, yeah.
yeah, he's definitely like a wild card. Like, just throw him to the wolves and have him go to town.
That's
So I'll go
probably
with Dennis Rodman.
that's probably the scariest thing about a bar fight is you don't know who you're fighting. So if like the more
You don't know anyone's background.
yeah, the more unpredictable and just like fucking weird someone is, like those are probably like the low key scary guys I think that I would not want to mess with. Because he would probably say some weird shit before like the fight went down that you would just be like, okay, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm gonna go the other way here.
Yeah. Just a weird guy, too.
He's a weird guy, yes. But it was very interesting in Last Dance. So listening to him explain how to track a rebound down, like what do you have, like 8 different angles of rebounds off of the rim and backboard and all that stuff. That's how he's ticked and how different he is, I think. But I think I wouldn't fuck with him. If he was in a back alley, I wouldn't mess with him for sure. All right.
I want to be his friend and have a couple of brews with him. That's what I want to do.
You think he drinks beer? I feel like he drinks some weird stuff that they have to pull out from under the bar that they don't give normal customers, probably.
Dude, this guy probably just
he'll pound some Miller Lite for sure.
Malort, yeah.
He's the guy that drinks Malort. Let's be honest.
He's had Malort in his life, 100%. Okay. Well, now I know I don't have to do NBA. I can save that all the way to the 5th round, so I can lower that down the draft board. So, all right. So Lucas is the first one to have 2 on his team. All right. So here's where it's going to get interesting. So the debate on what a professional sport is. All right. So here's my next pick. I'm just gonna say the name. I'm gonna butcher it. I'm gonna see if anyone knows who this person is. Okay. So this is gonna be my wild card. So this is not gonna be one of the 4 core sports. The name. Riley's probably going to know after I butcher the first name here. Ready? Hafbor Julius Bjornsson. Anybody know who that is? World's strongest man, also known as the Mountain from Game of Thrones. The Mountain.
What?
6'9", 400 pounds. He is part of the world's strongest men, which is a professional athlete. That is a professional sport. So if you guys are going to allow it, I'm going to select the Mountain on my team to stand next to Bob Probert, and those are going to be my 2 fucking enforcer big dudes that are just going to set the tone. I mean, this dude literally like killed someone multiple times in Game of Thrones, and who knows if that was fake. That could have been real. I don't know. We don't know if that was like a, AI and all that stuff, or if he actually did that. But this guy is, I mean, he can deadlift over 1,000 pounds. He literally played a medieval killer on one of like a very popular show, Game of Thrones, 6'9", 400. So, I mean, do I need to explain any more else? Like, if you see that guy in a bar, I mean, it's going to at least like 3 guys are going to jump on him probably. He's just going to.
You say his name again?
Do they still do the longest man? Like, how come we don't see anything about this? What is that on?
It's probably on ESPN The Ocho with professional pillow fighting or slippery stairs or some of the other weird stuff I've seen on there. But Mike, I think it's like half-board Julius Bjornsson.
I think that's actually right.
So Riley, you're probably the biggest lifter out of all of us. I mean, I feel like there's Mike's like, I do some curls here and there. Is there basically like ways you can like lift weights, and one is for literally like appearance and the other one's like if you actually like want to utilize the muscle for like a sport or something like that? So like how strong do you actually think this dude is? Or is it just, does he just look nice and oily?
I'd say there's actually 3 different ways. So there's like bodybuilder style, which is like just trying to burn out, try to make your muscles look as big as possible, but like you're not actually like that strong as you would look. And there's powerlifting, which is what this dude is. Like he just does bench, squat, deadlift probably, and that's it. And then there's like the people you see in the Olympics that is like, they're strong obviously, but it's also like about explosion. Like they do snatch and clean and jerk and stuff like that, which is they have to do like actual athletic, like plyometric movements as well as lifting. So he's more just the powerlifting. He's a deadlift guy. He's known for deadlifting over 1,000 pounds. That's his thing.
All right, so he's probably gonna kick some ass in the bar. Got it.
Big thing is
I don't know how well he can move.
Yeah, he doesn't have to move around a lot. That's the factor. If you like running around in a circle to try to tire him out or something, you might have a chance, I think. Or he's like a giant, literally. But all right, that's my pick. Those are my top 2. I'm just trying to go with the biggest, nastiest dudes that I know in those 2 categories. So that was my strategy. So back to you, Riley. Your second pick.
All right, I'm going to go to the MLB here just to get him out of the way. I don't know if you guys remember this guy. I'm going to go back like, what would it be, 25-ish years, 30 years? Maybe you remember Mo Vaughn? Anybody remember Mo Vaughn?
Mo Vaughn.
He was basically
Remember the name?
basically an offensive guard or nose guard, whatever you want to call him, playing baseball. He's like 6'1", almost 300 pounds. There's like multiple stories. He's like a teddy bear. He's like that quiet teddy bear. Yeah.
Okay.
Quiet teddy bear.
Guy.
His teammates always said he's that quiet teddy bear. You just did not want to piss him off because when he snapped, and he's known for benching over 400 pounds, and known for like rowing, which is like a back, which is just like pulling the weight up from the ground to your chest, also over 400 pounds. So just a solid stack of just man. And he was for his size, he was very quick. So I mean, I just need him to take down like 2 or 3 bodies, and then he's probably gonna be gassed out. But that's what I got him for.
Okay.
I like how, I mean, for you think baseball, MLB, you don't think like a big boy coming in there. So I like that pick a lot. That's fun. That's fun.
300-pounder. If you can get a 300-pounder for baseball, you probably got a pretty nasty lineup, I think, there for your bar fight team. So it's a strategy and way to go about it too. Okay.
I think it's a gimme that all of our MLB players in the bar are grabbing pool sticks. Like that's their first weapon of choice. You know, they can't have the bat, so they're just going for the pool stick, man, or like a actual pool ball.
Full ball. Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Ouch.
Mo Vaughn did hit a 500-foot home run a couple times. He can, the pool stick would not feel good coming from him.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, imagine that.
All right. Back to you, man.
My second pick is going to come from the NHL. I'm going to go with Matt Rempe from the New York Rangers. He is 6'9", 255. He's only been in the league for like 3 years, but he's been suspended multiple times, ejected from games multiple times for just completely dirty hits on guys. He's a little bit of a loose cannon out there. So I'm going to go with Matt Rempe.
Okay. I think you can't really go wrong with any NHL dude that can fight. That's probably the heart and soul or the legit guys that actually maybe know how to get in a fist fight are probably kind of setting the tone in there. No penalty
Alright,
box
then-
bar fight. You have to worry about that. Yeah.
All right, and then to come back around again, we're gonna go to the MLB. And I'm gonna go with Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb was completely jacked back in his era whenever he played. Just a completely angry person. Kind of an asshole is what the legend kind of is. Yeah, he would line up and fight anyone, it sounded like. So I'm gonna go with Ty Cobb for my MLB pick.
Okay.
Like that.
Back to back there. Mike's got 3. Riley, back to you for your third.
Right. This is the first NFL guy, right?
I believe so.
All right, I'm gonna
Don't snipe me.
break that.
He's gonna take probably all of our picks here. I have a feeling. I mean, there's a lot of good options in the NFL, and I think that's why we all waited.
Mm-hmm.
I had 2. Mine are both former players.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay big. I'm gonna go Larry Allen. Probably the best interior offensive lineman of all time. 6'3", 325, ran a 4.8 at 6'3", 325. So obviously a freak athlete. On top of that, he's literally known for his 705 bench press and squatting over 900 pounds. So 700-pound bench press, 900-pound squat, runs a 4.8. So obviously pretty explosive, the best run blocker in the history of the NFL. So the best, give me Larry Allen.
Okay. Be a lot of
900
big
pounds.
Yeah.
That's insane. Should be a lot. Can't fit through the door, probably though.
Be a lot of tall and just big ass dudes in this bar fight. Or just me sitting eating popcorn behind the bar watching it all go down. Like drinking a fine whiskey or something.
We're definitely not participating in this. We're just, this is gladiator style. Let the boys go do their work, and we give them the thumbs up, thumbs down type deal.
Yep. Okay. Well, I think I have to. I think I'm also going to go NFL because I feel like Lucas is going to go NFL with one of his next 2 picks. I don't know if he's going to go this guy though. So I was also down to 3 in the NFL, and I would like any 3 of them. I won't say the one that I'm probably not going to pick, but you would know exactly if I give a hint. I mean, this guy literally killed someone. So I mean, there's always that.
Allegedly,
of course, allegedly. But I'm not going to pick him. I'll let someone else pick him if they want. I am going to go James Harrison for my NFL pick.
Nice.
He's just like a human battering ram. Like we've seen him throw like the heavy weighted medicine balls like in like a sand volleyball. Normal people just actually play with the normal, sand volleyball. This dude is just throwing heavy weighted medicine balls back and forth. I don't know if I've ever seen him smile in his entire career, anything with the media or even like his headshot for any of his pictures with the Steelers. I think he's notably very strong and just like every single like pretty powerful thing for what he did for his position. So jacked, intense. I mean, he's just James Harrison. Very name value, I think, of just tough guy that I would not want to mess with. So I think he's a good compliment with my other 2 there. So go NFL and go James Harrison with my 3rd pick.
there's a video out there of him pushing a sled with 39 45-pound plates on it. Like that's absurd.
Yeah, he's just, I don't know. I wish that Aaron Rodgers could have played with him. Like he'd still be around. I'd be very interested to be in the room with those 2 guys and like in a Steelers training camp practice, what they would talk about. I feel like James Harrison would just tell him to shut the fuck up, just get away from me or something like that. Rodgers would never talk to him the rest of the season. But all right, well, there's my 3 picks. So pretty happy. Those are actually my top 3 on my draft board, believe it or not. So got all my ones. So
Okay, so I'm gonna go NFL here. I need some meat on my team, and an enforcer. And actually, I mean, a lot of my picks are my NFL guys. They're still all here. I'm gonna go with a current player though. There's a lot of former players that I had written down. But I'm gonna go with Cleveland Browns DN. I'm gonna go with Myles Garrett. The dude. I mean, let's just talk about how he ripped off the helmet. Was it Mason Rudolph? Like
Yeah.
4 years ago? That I remember watching that, just that skirmish and how hilarious it was. I was at a bar, there's no bar fights going on, but like everyone was going nuts when that went down, and that was just hilarious. But I mean, he's 6'4", 270, and I mean, I feel like I don't gotta really explain why Myles Garrett would be, just a beast in a bar.
You were at
And
a
he's
bar
long, too. Yeah, he's what's that?
say you were at a bar watching and you were just thinking someday I'm gonna draft that guy to be on my bar fighting team.
Yeah.
I'm just so proud of
I
him.
remember it was
Top of my board. Yeah.
it was Thursday night football, and $5 Long Island pitchers, and we were all watching the game, having a good time, and that happened, and it was just electric. Whenever a fight happens in the NFL, because like how much they're gonna be like fined and penalized, like I don't know, it just feels so much. It's just rewarding to watch it, because I mean NHL, there's a lot of fights that go down, but I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, it's more just allowed.
Yeah. And let's be honest too. Our defensive end, outside linebackers, the best athletes in the NFL, overall athletes, probably. Speed, power.
Freak.
I mean, either that or I don't know. I think they're pretty damn good athletes. They're just strong as shit, and you gotta be pretty tough against some of those big ass offensive linemen, and a lot of hand fighting too. So a lot of those best defensive end outside linebackers, they got pretty damn good hands of how they get by them. So I'm sure he knows how to throw a chop
I
or
don't know,
a freaking rip.
Ends complain a lot when they get held in a bar fight. You can hold, so I don't know how they'd handle it.
Or you got Nolan Ryan on his team. But yeah, I went Myles Garrett. He's no black belt, but I feel like he could kick someone's ass. I'm gonna go NHL next. I'm gonna go with Ryan Reeves, 6'2", 225. I saw something that, like I said, I'm not an NHL fan at all. I would like to be. Would like to learn more. From like the pictures, like built like a linebacker, and it looks like that he got, into a lot of fights. I mean, do you guys know anything about this guy? Because I don't.
I'd say he's as modern day as of enforcer as you can get in the last like decade, probably. I mean, that was really his main goal on the ice.
Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Yeah.
He's a big dude. I'm sure my Blackhawk players have gotten into a skirmish with him a couple of times, I'm sure, if you watch the footage. But he's usually the guy you put on there with some like your best players or skillful players and say like protect him or don't let anybody fuck with him. Like maybe if you have like a smaller skill guy who's one of your best players, that's why you would put a Ryan Reeves out there to kind of make sure all is good or clear some space or things like that. But
Sure.
all right.
Hockey is so fun to watch, though. I mean, I watch the Stanley Cup, and that's like about it.
Yeah. Just a
I gotta get into it more.
just devastating loss at home for the Oilers game 5. I don't know if they're gonna be able to come back from that. I don't know. We'll see.
Over.
I think that one might be over, but all right. So is that 4 for you? 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe. You start the 4th
Yep.
round there. Okay. All right. Back to me. I suppose I have to go MLB because you guys already did your NBA guys. We'll go a little unconventional. Couple guys that I also could have went with here, but I'm gonna go Kyle Farnsworth as my MLB player. Played for the Cubs, which I absolutely hate the Cubs. But I mean, this is a linebacker bodied guy as a pitcher in the MLB. Literally speared a guy full speed. If you watch the highlights, someone had charged him out on him, and he nice little form tackle and took him down. I mean, he's pretty big, 6'4", 6'5", long arms. I'd say he's pretty ripped for an MLB guy. I mean, pretty thick, pretty strong. You mentioned if you get hands on those pool balls, he was flirting with 100 mph too. Like he's throwing high velocity, so that could be in play as well, or any of what's behind the bar as well, of course, is fair game. I mean, don't let darts, if there's metal tip darts in there, shit. I mean, that could get very interesting. So, yeah, I'll go Kyle Farnsworth, pitcher, former retired pitcher for the Cubs and other teams as my MLB player.
I didn't even think of the darts, man. Oh my God. The metal tips. Oh man, right into someone's back.
Oh, yeah.
Ouch.
Everyone's probably leaving in an ambulance in this fight, I would assume. Like everyone in some capacity.
Oh yeah. People are dying. What's the first thing you guys are like grabbing though in like this scenario? I mean, we already mentioned like the pool sticks, pool balls, and darts. Like, is there anything else in like a dive bar that we're grabbing? I mean, probably just like a bottle of liquor. I mean, you break that thing, then you really have a shank. Yeah. Like, you have a shank. You know what I mean? Like, this is prison. This is a prison riot.
Yeah. I think it'd have to be the glass bottle for sure.
Yeah.
Probably take a pull out of it first and then break it and be ready to go.
Yeah.
I think you gotta have a little.
Or some of the like, oh yeah, bar stool, the bar chairs, you know. Yeah, it's like a Western then. Mm.
Anything's on the table
like
for this bar fight. Yeah. All right, well, that's my fourth. Riley, we'll go back to you, your fourth round pick.
All right, this is playing out perfectly for me, by the way. I got my two big guys with my last two picks, Larry Allen, Mo Vaughn, stocky. They're going to lead the way. I got James Johnson with my first pick, kickboxer, sniper, lethal striker. I'm going to go to the NHL here. I'm going to go for reach. I'm going to go with Zdeno Chara, which I'm sure most of you know, 6'9", 7-foot wingspan. He's just going to stand behind Larry Allen and just fucking throw a nobody can reach him. He's just going to stand behind Larry Allen. Larry Allen's going to take it all, and Chara and James Johnson are just going to be sniping from behind him with kicks and punches, and nobody's even going to contact him. That's my game plan right now. So, yeah, Zdeno Chara wasn't a huge fighter, but when he did, he beat the shit out of people. He actually like threw him around, and just because like he was like literally has said in interviews like he's like, I knew if I punched him like I might kill somebody, so I just went through that. So yeah,
I love how you're sound like you're like having practices, like you're prepping for this, like you're getting the guys at a bar every Sunday and going over all scenarios and situations and formations and everything of what's just gonna happen if this happens, and I love it. That's how you prepare.
Yeah, what did you say in the beginning of that? You're like, I got my enforcer, I got my strike defense. I love that, dude.
I got my two shield barriers. Mo Vaughn and Larry Allen are just gonna fucking eat everything. Like, they're both like, I mean, it's two guys. They got like 8 foot wide together, and you got James Johnson with his feet and hands, 6'7", also a 7-foot wingspan. Chara, 7-foot wingspan, 6'9". They can reach over top with their. Oh yeah, you guys might be in for one. After I say my last pick when I get there.
Human shields. Okay. All right, Mike. Follow that one. A lot of excitement coming from you.
You got two picks here, Mikey. I want to see where you're going here.
Yeah. So my next pick, I'm going to the NFL on this next pick, and there's a couple guys here that I'm gonna go with. Collin, I feel like you might have alluded to one of them. I'm gonna go with Ray Lewis here. I feel like he is just like he's not. I don't think he's certified insane, but I feel like he's a pretty insane person. Like he'll just run he's gonna be the guy that probably starts this whole thing, just running his mouth, but he'll back it up. And he might, yeah. Oh yeah. Some things might happen afterward, when the dust is settled. He won't have his name behind it. There'll be other people attached to him, but allegedly, I think he wasn't legally speaking involved with any of that. Just gonna throw that out there, just for our sake. So I'm gonna I'm gonna go with Ray Lewis here.
Okay.
I like the pick.
Florida high school state champion too.
There you go.
What's that, Riley?
The Florida high school state champion, I think his junior and senior year. Those fucking wrestlers been take you down in this half
Yeah.
a second before you even know what happened.
Yeah, so there you got a wrestling background there too.
I will say when I used to work in TV, when I got to go like on the sidelines for Packer games, I remember they had whatever he was he ESPN, I think. So he must have been like the Monday Night Football crew. And I walked over by the stage. That guy has the most like unproportioned body that I've ever seen someone have. Like his legs were like obviously he's still like ripped, but just with like his waist on up, he was just absolutely freaking jacked. Like could barely fit into his suit jacket, and then his waist was so skinny and his legs were so skinny. But that was just like obviously they're not skinny. They're like he was obviously very strong, and it was just like it was so funny seeing him stand up, and it just like looked like it was fake. Like you created one of those players on Madden where they're just like not proportioned whatsoever, and that's what Ray Lewis looked like. But yeah, he's just he is insane. I think you can say it. He has to be. He has to be. He doesn't even know.
Said it, not me.
He doesn't even know what comes out of his own mouth most of the time, I would think. But all right, sorry, you can go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. So for my fifth and final pick here, I'm gonna go with the same category that you went with in your wild card here, Collin. The world's strongest man. So my world's strongest man has actually won the most championships compared to Collin's guy. I mean, he's basically just a celebrity, so I don't really think he really stands a chance. I'm gonna go with Mariusz Pudzianowski from Poland. He is a five-time world's most strongest man from Poland. So yeah, obviously the world's most strongest man ever, and that's my guy.
From Poland.
Can't go wrong with that. I'm interested. We're gonna see some pivots here we got some world's strongest men here as the wild card, a couple picks. See if we have some pivots or not. But
no, you guys got. You guys got the two fake strongest men. I might actually say the real strongest time in the world.
Well, you think about going that route.
Magnus for Magnuson, is that who you're going with, Riley?
No, I can't even pronounce my guy's name. I know who he is, but I can't pronounce his name. So with my pick, the wild card, you guys both on powerlifters. I'm going to go in the Olympic lifting realm, so snatch and hang clean. Literally the strongest guy known to man. He's from Georgia, the country, not the state, the country of Georgia. Oh, God. Lasha.
That's a mix of different.
Alahakadzadzi. I don't know how to say his name. I can't. I've watched him before the Olympics. 6'6", 403 pounds. Okay. If you guys know what snatch and clean and jerk is, he snatched 496 pounds. So he just, all explosion, just 500 pounds from the ground to his head in under a half a second. And then he also clean and jerked 589 pounds. So in a half a second, he went from the same situation to his chest and threw 600 pounds above his head from his chest. So the explosion here. So like I said, I have my strategy. If you guys have watched Vikings or Last Kingdom, you know the shield wall technique. I got my two big dudes that are wide. I got my little snipers right behind them. You guys are all talking about pool balls and pool sticks. I got the motherfucker with the most hip explosion in the world. He's turning over that whole pool table, a whole dartboard. He's hip tossing that across the thing and just catapult from behind, taking all you fucking all your team out. So I have a whole strategy. They're gonna open up and here comes a fucking whole dartboard.
I'm right now actually picturing this.
Riley just started a new TV series right there. We're gonna see that on the History Channel or something. Yep.
Oh, I was gonna ask, is this guy's current then, right? Like,
Yeah, he competed at the Olympics.
Jesus. Okay.
holy. Yeah, I'm gonna tap out of that fight.
Shit, our three teams might just have to just team up on his team just to have a fighting chance if he's got formations and all that stuff ready to go. Mike's like, no.
I kind of want like Riley to like add up all the total pounds of his team. Like that's a lot of mass right there. That's a lot of body weight that needs to be put down. So much mass.
I'm thinking if I have to pivot and do a bigger guy here for the NBA. But all right, I'll just wrap my team up. I'm gonna stick with the guy on the top of my draft board. I'm gonna go with Meta World Peace, formerly known as Ron Artest. All I gotta say is Malice at the Palace, and you know everyone kind of knows what I'm talking about. Like this dude literally went in the crowd. I mean, he's not quite up there with like Dennis Rodman of crazy, but I think he's pretty freaking crazy, and he's a little thicker, a little more built. So yeah, I don't know. He's just one of those like weird ass guys that's just in the bar, like you're across from them. You don't know what he's gonna do. You know what he's gonna say. He's gonna be very unpredictable. And I mean, dude changed his name to Meta World Peace. I think that's just a front because there is no peace about him. I don't think he's just gonna be in rage and be ready for war inside that bar. So Meta World Peace is gonna round out my team as my NBA pick for my 5. So we'll send her to Lucas there to wrap it up.
These are all good picks, boys. I can picture this fight happening, and I'm gonna go total curveball. I bet you none of you guys had this person on your list. We're gonna go tennis here. And because no one's punching Serena Williams. No one's hitting her. No one is going to hit her. Let's be honest. And she is a total
Dennis Rodman.
ass. Okay.
You have Dennis Rodman, don't you?
Honestly, yeah, the person on my team, Dennis Rodman, would probably be the only person to pop Serena Williams like in the jaw or something. But I mean, so explosive. I think I saw something online that was like her serve is like 120 miles per hour. Obviously, she's not bringing her tennis racket in, but she's just got the unshakable focus. You know, her legs are actually insane. Like it's like a linebacker and like a sprinter, like at a baby. Like it's just the muscle is insane. But you know, she's got the speed, she's got the coordination, she's got balance. I mean, tennis is really freaking hard. Have you guys ever played tennis before? Not pickleball, tennis.
One time.
Tried, didn't go well.
Dude, yeah, it's like insane. You know, she's just got that like, doesn't she have something like a signature like stare or something? I might be blanking on that, but she's just got like that don't mess with me, you know, kind of that aura. And like I said, no one's hitting her. No one's hitting her.
Yeah, it'd be a tough one.
They're all gonna be.
They take her out. Yeah.
There's so many different routes I wanted to go.
My guy from Georgia, I don't know what their religion is. They might not respect women. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, honestly. That guy's an actual wild card.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough
Oh,
one.
yeah. I'm gonna go with Serena Williams to close it out. The only female that was chosen tonight.
It's interesting strategy. Okay. Interesting strategy. All right, well, that wraps up our teams. We want to go around and recap our 5. We'll start with the top to the bottom. Mike, you started us off with the first pick. Who are your 5 players on your bar fight team?
Bill Lambier for their NBA, Matt Rempe from the NHL, Ty Cobb from MLB, Ray Lewis from the NFL, and Mariusz Pudzianowski, world's strongest man. The real world's strongest man, Riley.
Pudzianowski.
5 times over.
All right, Riley. Talk about your formidable squad.
My 5. So I went James Johnson, NBA. I went Mo Vaughn, MLB. Larry Allen, NFL. Zdeno Chara, NHL. And Lasha Talaka-Zadidi, the Olympic lifter, for my squad. Combined body weight of 1,525 pounds, roughly.
Okay.
He did it. He did the stats. Holy crap, that's so much weight.
It's a whole lot of men right there. Okay. All right. I have
A lot of beef.
Bob Probert from the NHL, one of, if not the best enforcer of all time. The Mountain, not even going to say his name. part of the world's strongest man, literally a killer on a hit TV series, Game of Thrones. James Harrison from the NFL, Kyle Farnsworth from the MLB, and then Meta World Peace from the NBA rounds out my 5 for my bar fight team.
In my team, I went with MLB first, choosing Nolan Ryan, Dennis Rodman for my NBA, Myles Garrett, my NFL, Ryan Reeves for my NHL, and then to close out the team, I have Serena Williams, tennis.
I have a question.
True. Sounds weird. Wow. Sounds weird saying it. Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
Could we have gone with like a sumo wrestler or someone from like the WWE as a pick, or is that too close?
WWE is a
Boxing
sport.
or is that too close to the boxing MMA realm?
I would think you could do. I would have allowed that, because I would have allowed like a wrestler as well too, because I don't think like.
Okay.
I don't know. I would have.
Gone with Andre the Giant.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only one I probably only one I wouldn't have allowed that I think is kind of like a category would have been like if you would have done like bare knuckle fighting, because I know that's like a professional sport. Probably wouldn't have allowed that one because that's so close to I think MMA and boxing. But I think anything else would be fair game. Was that your?
So you brought up bare knuckle. What about that the slap contests? Like that's an actual like sport, but like slap someone in a bar, like I mean it happens, man. So having someone on your team that knows how to freaking slap someone's ear off,
Maybe that's
chalked up.
Maybe that's how the fight started. It's a commemorative slap, or however you say that word. Of the slapper gets to pick one person inside the bar to start it and just go up and slap them, and then boom. That's kind of how we go. The opening ceremonies there.
I like it.
Serena Williams. That's who he's slapping right away to start it. I'm gonna see what happens.
Ours going nuts.
So in this dive bar, who is the professional athlete that's bartending and is like watching all this unfold?
It's a great question.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Stone Cold Steve Austin and Hulk Hogan in the behind the bar, little dynamic duo.
McAfee's the DJ.
There you go.
Yeah, I was just gonna say McAfee in there like emceeing the whole event. Someone's in the kitchen flipping burgers for everyone, and getting the greasers on.
Yeah, I like that.
A good time it would be.
And then, did you guys see the new? Is it Roadhouse? The new one with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
See that? Did you guys see that where they're playing in the bar? The band's like behind like the fence. Like there's just fights going on all the time, but the band's just like still playing behind the fence. Like obviously that would be going on in this too. Like there'd be a protective barrier for the band to be playing while this whole thing is going. So shit's just gonna be thrown. People will be thrown into it, but they're not gonna care. They're just gonna keep playing, of course, and continue their thing. But
It's entertainment right now. Like I said, it's got to be in a Coliseum type bar and just have like spectators watching, because this is popcorn.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Anyone that was like just off your draft board that you contemplated, if like just missed the cut, like if we had like a 6th draft pick, if we let you pick any other sport, like any of the sports, pick like a second player from that sport, was there someone that just missed the cut on your draft board that you wish you could have had?
I was thinking about Tom Wilson from NHL, Washington Capitals. Pretty well known as a pretty dirty player. Or I was also thinking Warren Sapp too. He's pretty out there, and also like it's been told that he has like really awful breath. So like maybe like if someone got really close to him, it would kind of back him off a little bit. It could be used to his advantage.
Oh yeah.
So
That's definitely an advantage. For sure. I'm actually surprised that no one I mean, obviously there's a lot of NFL beef out there, but I was actually torn. I was gonna go Aaron Donald for my NFL guy.
He's on my board.
Just for like the quickness and the 0% body fat. That guy is just a freak. And then I also thought like Derrick Henry just for like stiff arming someone's like head into the wall or something like that. That'd be hilarious to just like picture. JJ Watt. I mean, just there's so many. Trent Williams would be a good beef. You know, just throw him in there.
Ndamukong Suh literally stomps out,
would have been a good one.
stomps on people that you feel. He was on my draft board.
And I'm ankles, yeah. I'm on ankles left and right.
Shoot, if I would have thought of him, he might have been my number one.
That's a great pick. That's a great, like, good mention right there.
A couple had, I mean, Amir Garrett, if you know him, the MLB, like the dude literally charged the entire dugout by himself. So like that's
He was on my list.
That's the kind of attitude and mentality that you want, I think, in a bar fight. If someone's just gonna go charge an entire group of 30 men in a dugout, like I want that in a bar fight. So that just missed. How about surprise some of these other like enforcers? I mean, I don't think in the NHL you could really go wrong. It's like if you're like a good fighter in the NHL on skates, like you're probably gonna be a good bar fighter, right? Like there's like a lot of good picks that you could go in the NHL and not go wrong. It's probably like the deepest besides the NFL, or like NHL guys that you could pick and be happy with. But yeah, a couple other
Like NHL dudes, just they don't care. You know, they all have missing teeth, and they're just like psychopaths.
I did have my one wild card guy. If I didn't get the mount, I was gonna go Rulan Gardner. He's Olympic gold medalist for wrestling from the country. I mean, dude literally survived a snowmobile accident and frostbite, so he's built different. So like, I think he like took down like one of the greatest like wrestlers of all time during this last Olympics. Like it was like a huge underdog kind of thing and took him down. I can't remember what country it was, but I don't know. I just had to go with the mountain.
Dude, right?
Yeah, Cuban dude. I think it was a Cuban dude, but cool. Well, Lucas, had some fun, huh? Well, we'll snake draft.
Thanks for thanks for having me on, boys. I really wanted to address the fantasy football thing with Mike, and I'm glad I got you. You know, kind of know a little bit about the story of that, but it was fun. Thanks for having me on. Keep up the good work. Be sure to spread the word on the Dairyland Drive. You guys are doing great.
Yeah, everyone keep listening to You're on the Clock as well. A lot of good stuff and fun topics that he has on there with himself and the other co-host that we can't remember his name on this show. What is his name? I can't remember. Can't remember his name.
Delinquent Justin.
Of course, we know Justin. He was the biggest loser one week, of course, in the week of that. So, a lot of love for you, Justin. Keep putting up awful takes on You're on the Clock and getting destroyed by Lucas every week. So, all right. There we go. No, he does a good job, though. It's very entertaining. Whatever topic they have.
Don't ruin it.
What's that? Don't ruin it.
I said don't ruin it. Don't ruin it with a compliment. You know, it's okay to be honest.
No, it's very entertaining. Very entertaining. Besides the Adam Sandler link, that was only my biggest gripe. Other than that, it's been very good. So, cool. Well, tell us how we did. Who you think won this bar fight draft of our 4 teams, or who would be your draft? Max, I know you're listening. I want to hear who your 5 athletes would be to put up against our 4 teams and, of course, lose. And anyone else. Sam, I know, has asked a couple questions as well. So keep commenting, keep liking, keep sharing on however you listen to your podcast. But Lucas, again, thanks for joining us. It was a fun time, little switcheroo from just talking normal sports and Packers for a week. So really appreciate it. But yeah, as for now, Collin, Riley, Mike, special guest Lucas, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Hey, guys.